Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Mr. Anger, back with you for another episode of the Mr. Anger Show. The reason I'm putting this one out so early is because the information for the new PS4s has been launched. And everybody's talking about 4K capabilities and what that means about having to upgrade consoles. So, we're going to get into it. Parental advisory, yada yada yada. Let's go. Alright. For most people like me, or people that have 4K TVs, most 4K TVs, such as I have, do upscaling. So, as of right now, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that I have plugged up to my television gets upgraded to almost perfectly a 4K, due to the upscaling, almost 4K capabilities already. So, the need to upgrade to a new console is almost not needed for me. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, for the little bit of extra resolution that I would get to upgrade a console, it's not worth that extra $400 or $500 to spend on a new console just to get that little extra bit. It's not worth it when my TV does just a great enough job as is. And with PlayStation 4, they're releasing a software update or firmware update that will improve the graphics of the PlayStation 4. So I'll be pretty much getting a almost true 4K image for what I originally spent on the original console. So the reason for me to upgrade is negligible. It doesn't need to happen for me. I know that my TV does a great job of upscaling to 4K because my friends and my cousins, everybody who owns one, has bought them PS4s because they've seen how great it looks on my TV. But once they get home, they have a 1080p TV. It looks way different, and I hate to say that, but it does. Like I can sit there, and my cousin can bring up his PlayStation 4, plug up a 1080p TV that he has sitting beside my 4K TV, and it just blows the 1080p TV out of the water. So it's done an amazing job. There's no reason to upgrade a PS4 to stay relevant, unlike the Xbox systems where you will have to upgrade to get that. Because for some reason, Xbox, even when you plug the 4K wiring into it, it does a good job of upscaling, but it doesn't do as good a job of upscaling as the PlayStation 4 does. And the PlayStation 4 is slightly better than, but we're talking about slights here. I mean, these are things that most people who aren't like me, who are in the media field, that are trained to see frame rates and the differences in the truer blacks and stuff like that, it won't make a difference to them. But like with my cousin, he gets mad because he's like, I bought a PlayStation 4, it looks so beautiful on your TV, it looks so epic, crisp, clear, and he's playing on his, and it looks muddled and not as good looking. And I told him, buy a 4K TV. Well, 4K TVs are expensive. No, they're not. You can get a brand new LG 55-inch 4K TV that does upscaling for $550 right now at Walmart. I mean, that is not expensive at all. It is not. If you really wanted to afford it, you could stick the money aside for a couple of months. I'm sure you could figure out a way to be able to afford the $550 to go get one. And actually, there are cheaper 4K TVs out there. 4K TVs have dropped dramatically in price. So, is it going to be the next mainstay? No, I don't think so. Yeah, 4K content is being developed and put out there, but as I said in the previous video, there's other technologies that are getting ready to come out that will make 4K obsolete in a matter of a year or two. It's not going to be too long that 4K has dominance. The next thing is going to come out. So this rush for 4K it's basically useless right now. I mean, as a media person, I have to have the latest and greatest in technology so I can keep up with the media trends and stuff like that. But for the average person, it depends on the person's eyesight. Some people's eyesight can't even interpret that amount of detail. They can't. It depends on your eyesight. Some people can't even tell the difference in between a 1080p and a 720p TV. I mean, it all depends on a person's eyesight and what they can and cannot see. because the human eye can only see so much detail, and depending on how well your eyes are, is how much detail you will be able to see. So, at least with PS4 though, with that free upgrade, I'll pretty much have a 4K system without ever having to upgrade. Um, and people are complaining that the PS4 Pro doesn't have an HD drive or the 4K drive. I'm not concerned about that at all. The only reason I would consider getting the PlayStation 4 Pro is for the PlayStation VR, because I think with the extra internals that the PlayStation 4 Pro has, it will work the PlayStation VR a heck of a lot better. So if you're going to get into the VR system, then yes, I would say that upgrading to a Pro, if you have a 4K TV, would definitely be worth your time or worth the cost. But other than that, it's a waste of money. At least with PlayStation, it's a choice on whether you want to upgrade. Unlike Xbox, unfortunately, with Xbox, you have to upgrade to stay relevant, because for some reason its output sourcing it lacks in comparison to the PlayStation 4s. We're talking about the original Xbox and PlayStation 4 here, or Xbox One. I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, I love Xbox. I love what they did with the Xbox 360. They were clear winners last gen, but this gen there is no comparison. And with this being a choice for PlayStation 4 users compared to being a mandatory thing with Xbox, that is what makes the difference to me. I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy another Xbox for 2 games. I'm sorry, I'm just not. PlayStation 4 has had the better exclusives this time around. Uncharted 4, other games like that. That the predominance is on, the predominance has always been on the PlayStation 4 this gen. So with the huge lead in the marketplace, the 55% share, I mean, Sony has a 55% market share of the gaming market as of right now. That is, that's incredible. That's phenomenal. That's 55%. That beats out the Xbox and Wii U or Nintendo systems combined. So you're talking about a huge threshold that Xbox would have to overcome, and I don't see any way possible that they will ever be able to catch up. Even if the Scorpio is better than the PlayStation 4, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. They're not going to catch up with the sales. They're not going to catch up. It's just not going to happen. PlayStation 3 caught up with in sales with the Xbox 360 by the end of the console cycle, but but here's the thing: Xbox 360 still won it because they had such a predominant lead for so long. But PlayStation 3 had a smaller gap to cover than what Xbox One has to cover. The Xbox One's gap to cover up what PlayStation 4 has already done is tremendous. It's huge. It's very huge, and I don't see the console doing that. And it's just not. And maybe next generation Xbox will do better. I'm hoping that when the next Xbox comes out, and the next PlayStation comes out, what I would like to see is two systems come out that I can actually use equally and enjoy both systems instead of feeling like I've wasted money on one system over the other. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of owning all these systems and being predominantly leaning towards another one or just towards one, because it makes the other systems feel like just a waste of money. It was like that during the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and the Wii days. I mean, the Wii was fun for about 2 weeks, and then it collected dust. I mean, it still collects dust. It's over in a corner somewhere. I don't even know where it's at. The Wii U, it was fun for about 2 weeks. Star Fox came out. I played a little bit of it. It was fun for a little bit. I think I played it for like a week. But other than that, not unless there's a major exclusive for the system, the predominant system that I don't use, then I'm not going to use it. It just sits there and collects dust, so it feels like a waste of money to me. I would like for the next generation of consoles to come out. I know Nintendo has the NX coming out. I'm not counting the Scorpio or anything like that. That's still part of the Xbox One. I'm not counting the PlayStation Pro or anything like that. That's still part of the PlayStation 4. So, this debate on Xbox and PlayStation. I mean, sorry, PlayStation has a clear edge over Xbox One as of right now. I mean, the Scorpio is not even out. The PlayStation 4 Pro will be out a year in advance of the Scorpio. The Xbox One S, I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry, it didn't interest me at all. Like I said, I only played 2 games for the Xbox system, so it just kind of fell to the wayside. So information about it I just kind of not paid attention to. I wanted to pay attention to what PlayStation 4 had to offer, and the only reason I did that was because I wanted to know if it would be better for the PlayStation VR, because I'm very interested in the VR. I know Xbox One can use the Oculus Rift if you connect it up through a huge PC gaming computer, but those are expensive. And I'm not buying a PC gaming computer just so I can sit there and plug it into my Xbox, or have the Xbox plugged into it so I can use the Oculus Rift. I'm sorry, that's a shit ton of money. And screw that, no, that's just a money scheme right then and there, and it's not worth it to me. I want something, so I decided with PlayStation VR real quickly, as far as money-wise, because, PlayStation VR, I just had to buy one initial thing, and that is it. And then plug straight into the PlayStation. Yeah, I am thinking about going to the Pro for the better, I think the better internals for the PlayStation VR, but that's the only reason why I'm thinking of it. Will I actually buy it? I don't know. It depends. I'd have to see what the PlayStation VR does on the original system with the updates, and then how it does on the PlayStation Pro. And until then, you get off that table, get down. But anyways, I'll have to see what the difference is there. But so, if there's not a huge difference in between the PlayStation 4 that I already have and the PlayStation 4 Pro, I'm not probably going to upgrade. It won't be worth it to me. I mean, why spend the extra $400 for something that you won't need? So, as far as the regards are with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 and their new consoles going head to head, yeah, Xbox One seems like they do have a little bit of a lead, but then again, it's a mandatory lead. The Xbox One S and the Xbox Scorpio are mandatory for you to keep up with the original PlayStation 4. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad right there. That says a lot. I mean, it may beat the PlayStation Pro and the PlayStation Slim, but that's just technicalities. These aren't the actual main predominance of why we got the next-gen consoles. The next-gen consoles will wait on their original sources, and the original source, the PlayStation 4, is the clear predominant winner. I'm hoping better luck next time, though. Like I said, I'm hoping that next gen, when PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo come out, that we have 3 systems that we can equally enjoy together. I mean, equally enjoy this one as much as this one and as much as this one, instead of having the predominance of one over the others. That would be my ultimate hope, so that way I don't feel like I've wasted money. I don't know, tell me what you think in the comment section below. I mean, if you're an Xbox person, do you find that the mandatory upgrade, does that upset you? That you have to upgrade to stay relevant? Or if you're a PlayStation fan, are you happy with what your PlayStation does? It all depends on a lot of things. It all depends on your eyesight. It all depends on personal preferences. Also, a lot of people like the PlayStation exclusives, and a lot of people like the Xbox exclusives. It's all based on personal dynamics here. But as far as factual information goes, PlayStation 4 is the clear winner of this generation, and Xbox One is just now trying to play catch up and to maintain relevance in this console cycle. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. The 4K technology, as impressive as it may be, it looks nice, it looks great, it's wonderful, but OLED 4Ks look even better, outstandingly better. The QLEDs that are getting ready to come out, those are going to blow OLED and 4K out of the water, because that will upgrade to uh, making the TVs being able to do, computer monitors can now do 5K, 8K displays. With the QLEDs, it'll make doing 8K TVs actually a thing of the future. So I'm looking forward into about 2-3 years seeing those technologies coming out. So hopefully by then we'll have the new consoles, and hopefully we can have an equal display among them all, an equal strong point among them all, so that we can enjoy each and every system and not feel like we're wasting money on one system or the other. So which system did you feel like you wasted money on? I'm sorry, I can't help it. The Wii U and the Xbox One are the biggest waste of monies I've ever spent on. Just like last generation, Xbox 360 was top notch. PlayStation 3 and Wii were, well, PlayStation 3 was like here, Wii was way down here, but they felt like the waste of money to me. So what do you feel like is the waste of money to you? I mean, are you an Xbox fan? Are you a PlayStation fan? And I know that people will have fanboyism on each side. Xbox this, PlayStation this. I'm not interested in fanboy logic. I'm interested in facts. And facts are, 55% market share, better frame rates, deeper blacks. Those are facts. Don't bring up anything that is just opinionated, such as exclusives. So keep it clean in the comment section below. Well, don't keep it clean. Tear each other's head off for all I care. This is Mr. Anger. Y'all have a good day.